Hello everyone, welcome to the new video. This time I'm gonna show you two newest iPhones, amazing phones. One is iPhone 12 and the other one is iPhone 12 Pro Max. iPhone 12 is 256 GB black version, very nice phone, and iPhone 12 Pro Max is 256 GB Pacific blue color, the biggest iPhone yet. First I'm gonna talk about the size and the weight of the phone compared to this little guy here. And also I'm gonna mention from time to time different models. At the beginning we will talk about iPhone 11 Pro Max and the difference between these two amazing phones. So the first things first, iPhone 12 Pro Max of course is the biggest phone out of these phones, and it is the highest. It's a little bit wider than iPhone 11 Pro Max, just a little bit, 78 millimeters. This is like 77.8, and it has the biggest weight, so it's 226 grams. This one is very light, it's only 162, so this is iPhone 12. So for those of you who would like a smaller phone, but even if you want even smaller, you can go with mini, but I didn't purchase mini, it's too small for my hands. However, iPhone 11 Pro Max still has the same weight as iPhone 12 Pro Max. In terms of display, this is the second thing. The phone actually has a display of 6.7 inch, which compared to iPhone 12 is a lot bigger, and it's 6.1 inch. You can see the difference here. This is a big difference between iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 Pro Max. And if you're moving from iPhone 11 Pro Max, if this is what you want to do, you will see that this one has 6.5 inch. So this is smaller one, and this one has more use of the entire screen because it's a squared shape, which I pretty much like. Amazing looking phone, the best looking phone so far. It has squared edges, as you can see, and they are very shiny. I'm not sure if you can see it well, and there will be a fingerprint magnet, of course, but you can probably you'll put the protector or some sort. The phone seems very fragile, but again, as I said, it's extremely beautiful phone. This one came with 14.1 iOS software version for me. Hopefully we will be able to jailbreak it soon to use its full potential. So iPhone 12 Pro Max has a pro camera, 12 megapixels, and you've probably seen the reviews and whatnot. It's a really good camera. It has ultra wide mode, it has wide mode, telephoto as well, and it's the same thing like iPhone 11 Pro Max. What is the difference here is that telephoto lens has aperture of 2.2, while this one has 2. Additionally, this supports Apple Pro RAW feature, which is the format of the photos. When you take the zoom in, for example, when you want to zoom in, as you can see, let me just go to photo. Here I can zoom in to 2.5 times 2.5, which is compared to the previous models, it's only 2. So this is the difference if you need 2-point optical zoom in. Digital zoom goes up to times 12. The difference between this phone is also that you can take night mode portrait photos, which is pretty cool. Of course, the phones work amazingly well. All of them are extremely fast. However, this is A13 Bionic chip, and these two work with A14 Bionic chips. Additionally, as you know, the biggest change is that these phones are 5G capable, which is the biggest thing that Apple discussed in their iPhone event. So supposedly it will have extremely fast network. In my case, still the place where I live doesn't really support this big and this fast internet speed. Those of you who have bigger hands, I suggest you go with Pro Max. If you're thinking what to do, it's the biggest and the most beautiful phone yet. However, if you don't prefer this size, iPhone 12 is amazing size, and you can handle it well with one hand, and it's very light. You will not even notice it in your pocket. As you can see on the back, we have this glass which is very fingerprint friendly, and on the back side of iPhone Pro Max, as you can see, this is matte finish, which is actually pretty cool, and you don't have the fingerprints left on it. So this is one of the differences. Of course, a very important difference between the phones is their price. So it depends on your budget. What will you buy? For me, it's too early to say about battery life for Pro Max because I just got it today, which I'm pretty happy about. I'm very happy that I have it, and for the time being, I'm gonna not be using my jailbreak. However, on my iPhone 11 Pro Max, I'm still on 13.5, and I'm gonna be using that jailbreak. And for testing the jailbreak tweaks on iOS 14, I will be using iPhone 10, which is jailbroken with checkra, as you can see. So some new tweaks coming up pretty soon. Battery life of this phone is pretty good. It lasts the entire day, and in the end of the day, I can, I usually have like 15% left, which is pretty good because I consider myself as a heavy user of these phones. What I prefer about the black version here is that this aluminum side of the phone, as you can see, it's not really shiny, so it doesn't you cannot leave your fingerprints that often, which is pretty cool. But on all these Pro and Pro Max phones, this is stainless steel, I think, and it leaves the mark on the side wherever you touch it. But again, it gives a really nice glossy look. If you opt for the gold version, pay attention, it's very shiny here, so I don't know if you guys like those things. So just think about it and watch some of the videos, some reviews of people who did actually buy the gold version. So the biggest improvements here for me as the regular user is the camera, which is pretty awesome. It has Dolby Vision and Dolby Sound in the video modes, which works pretty great, and the photos are amazing, and the portraits are pretty cool, and all these photos have really high quality. What Apple was bragging about in these new phones is that it has ceramic shield front, that this thing here is 4 times more durable than this on iPhone 11 Pro. Of course, I'm not gonna test it, I'm not gonna try to see if it actually works. You have plenty of drop tests and whatnot on YouTube, but this is the main difference. So this is ceramic shield front, however this is glass front and back. The battery life between these two phones, they say that it's up to 20 hours of video playback on both of these, so it's pretty good that a smaller phone, a little bit smaller I should say, and a little bit bigger phone have the same battery life, which is good for the bigger phone, right? Apparently they have improved the battery life a little bit on iPhone 12 Pro Max. We will see about that. In terms of water resistance, all of these are IP68 water resistant. However, this one on iPhones 12 and 12 Pro Max, this means that you can take the phone to 6 meters depth for up to 30 minutes, and it should survive this. Same goes for 12 Pro and 12. However, this one is like you can take it to 4 meters depth up to 30 minutes. So the difference is like 2 meters depth between this one and this one. So we'll see also how actually whether this is true or not. The finish of both phones is amazing. As you can see, this is midnight green, this is Pacific blue. Both are very nice, very cool colors, but the main thing that I like about iPhone 12 Pro Max is the square edges. As you can see, it's all square, and actually this is nothing new. iPhones, if you remember, iPhones 5 and 5S and iPhone SE and SE 2020 version, all of them have square edges, which I really think is the best design of the phone. Still don't like those camera bumps here, but you know what you can do, you cannot do much about it. So if you want to have the thin phone and good camera, so apparently some trade-offs must be done. The new phones 12 and 12 Pro Max are of course compatible with the new chargers MagSafe. This one is not. However, these new phones you can still use with your old Qi wireless chargers, which is pretty good. In terms of the front camera, there is not too much difference between iPhone Pro Max and iPhone 11 Pro Max. So between iPhone 12 Pro Max and 11 Pro Max, still they have pretty good front cameras, true depth cameras with 12 megapixel lens. Aperture is the same, retina flash is the same. So not too much difference in this sense. At least I didn't notice when I took the selfies. In terms of video recording, iPhone 12 Pro Max has HDR video recording with Dolby Vision up to 60 frames per second. And this one has the same thing with Dolby Vision, but up to 30 frames per second, which is the main difference between these phones and iPhone 11 Pro Max, which doesn't have this feature. Other things are the same. In terms of the optical image stabilization, there is a difference in iPhone 12 Pro Max. It has sensor shift optical image stabilization for video, while these two have only, let's say, optical image stabilization. So this one is a little bit more advanced, so your videos should be more stabilized and less moving if you use iPhone 12 Pro Max. For everyday use, I don't think there is a big difference between these three phones in terms of shooting videos. Also in video, this has the digital zoom up to 7 times. This is only 3 times digital zoom, and this has up to 6 times digital zoom. So again, these two are going head to head, pretty cool. The cameras, so this little guy doesn't have telephoto lens, unlike these two. So as you can see by now, the conclusion might be that if you are on 11 Pro Max, I don't think there is a big need for you to move to 12 Pro Max unless you are really like a geek like me. But in terms of performance and everything, these two are pretty awesome phones, both of them, in terms of battery life, in terms of images that they produce, in terms of video and everything else. So yes, this one has optical zoom range of 5 times, this one has 4 times optical zoom range, and this one has 2 times optical zoom range. But still, as it was mentioned by Apple, this one is like a pro phone with a pro camera with a little bit more capabilities. Also, what the 12 Pro Max is distinguished with is that it has LiDAR scanner for night mode portraits, which means faster autofocus in low light. And also they say that it will provide a better augmented reality experience if you use this phone. And that's basically it, you know. So you can choose for yourself. I don't think you should waste too much money on buying the new phone if you are on iPhone 11 Pro Max. But for example, if you are on the older phone, if you use, let's say, XS Max, so this can be a good jump to 12 Pro Max. So usually, like in all situations when there is a new phone, you can keep one phone for 2 generations and you are really good with it. Even 3 generations work fine. But luckily now we have 4 different iPhone versions, iPhone 12 versions, so you can really take your pick. As I said, I did not go into it and looking into 12 Pro or 12 Mini. They are not the choice for me. So this one is an amazing phone because it's very light and it's very portable. So it's like, I think this will be the best seller this year. We'll see if I'm correct. This is really awesome phone. So this is like the best phone out there yet in terms of iPhones. I'm not comparing it to any Android phones. So those of you who like Android, don't jump in my throat now. And also, these are all amazing phones, but this one has the most beautiful color currently. This one has an amazing color. So, you know, you take your pick. What I would do if I were you, I would go from this one to this one. But I wouldn't go from this one to this one. But again, it's your choice. Going from this one to this one, I don't know. This is big phone. I always use, if I'm using big phones, I'm going to big phones. If I had iPhone XS or I had, you know, iPhone 10, then from iPhone 10, jumping from iPhone 12 would be a great leap. And I think those of you who like this phone would really be happy with iPhone 12. So this is just a suggestion what to buy and what do I think about these phones. However, this is a preliminary video of iPhone 12 Pro Max. We'll see if I'm gonna do another video on it, maybe if I find something interesting, and especially if jailbreak for iOS 14 comes out for A14 devices. So this is pretty short for me, and I hope you like my video. Please let me know what you think and what kind of phone are you planning to get. And that's it. Thank you very much.